Hi, this is John with Performance Plus Tennis, and today I have my student Adriana here with me. And in a previous lesson we worked on her forehand, and in today's lesson we're going to start a two-part series on working on developing her serve. So we're going to begin by just having you warm up and hit some serves. Here you go. Just go ahead and just do what you do. Hit some serves for us. Okay, good start. Okay. The thing we want to do is establish what the grip should be. And in the case of most beginning players, the grip that we use that's most comfortable is the forehand grip, because that instinctively places the strings very comfortably on the back of the ball. But as you're soon going to learn, that grip is very limited in the development of your serve and your motion and getting spin. So we do want to go to a continental grip. Now, the continental grip for beginning players is not intuitive and it's a little bit difficult, but what I want to do now is just simply plant the seed that that's where you want to get to. So you can separate your fingers a little bit and soften your hand on the racket there a little bit, and that's really a beautiful continental grip that you ultimately want to use. Now, you can get to that grip in stages, so if you're serving with this grip now, you can incrementally move it over, little by little by little, over a period of a couple of months, and I think that that would really help you. Because if you start out with the continental grip right now, you're probably not going to have much success. But knowing that that's where you want to get to is going to help you. We're just planting the seed, we'll get you there, but right now serve with the grip that you're comfortable with. Perfect. Okay? All right? The first thing we want to do is establish a really good stance and a proper position along the baseline to serve from. So when you were doing your practice serves, you were quite a ways behind the baseline, and we don't want to give up that space when we're serving to our opponent. So the first thing we want to do is establish a position on the baseline where we're just an inch off the baseline with our feet, okay? And I'm going to give you a ball. And the first thing we're going to do is work on the alignment of the feet. So we want to set up our footwork so that we're perpendicular to our target line. Okay, so if you just match my feet there, okay, good, and come a little closer to the line, but not over the line, good. That's really where you want to start, and from this position we can get started with the serve, but make sure you're not giving up space along the baseline, and have a perpendicular position with your feet about hip width apart. Okay, good. So one of the challenges that players have when they're serving is starting and figuring out how to get a rhythm and how to get started on the serve. So we're going to begin right away with some skills and drills that are going to help you get your serve started. And if you think about like a way a basketball player shoots a free throw, or even a golfer does their pre-shot routines, we're trying to do something similar on the serve to help you get the feel of the serve before you actually even hit the ball itself. So we're going to go into what you see high performance players do, where they have a pre-serve routine. And what we're going to do is we're got our feet set up now, and we're going to put the racket and the ball in our other hand. So the left hand's got the ball in the racket, and what we want to do is get the feel of letting this hold and this relax. So now when we have the grip, we just set the playing hand, our right hand on the racket, nice and soft, so it's not holding the weight of the racket, and we just relax. Then kind of sit on your back foot a little bit, and weight back a little bit more, there you go. And what we're going to do is go into a routine where we're going to let our hands fall away, and we're going to let the ball go, and then we're going to shift our weight over the ball. And then we're going to reset our hands, let the left hand resume control, shift your weight back again, let your hands follow and separate again. So we're really just doing almost like a pre-serve routine into a pre-serve routine. And get a nice rhythm going here. Okay, so here's a simple little guideline. When the ball's in my hand, I'm going to have my weight either back or going back. So my heel is down, and then when my ball leaves my hand, my heel rises. My weight shifts a little forward, ball gets back in my hand, heel down, ball out of the hand, heel rises. And just practicing this sequence of sort of pre-serve routine to pre-serve routine starts to build the serve, the feeling of the serve, to get the serve started. Okay? Watch it there. All the while, let's just relax here. Good. Let this go to the bottom. Good. There you go. Good. So what we're really learning here is the feeling of using our weight shift and learning the skill of having our arms separate away. And when you started your serve, I noticed when you did your first serves, your hands went up together in front of you. This exercise is teaching you how to have your hands separate away from each other to get the serve started the right way. Okay, that's going to help you quite a bit. Okay? So now that we've established how to start the serve with a routine that has meaning and purpose to it, we're going to move into placing the ball and getting into what's called the balance or trophy position. Okay? So when we get started, go ahead and do your setup and your routine again. Right up to the line. Right up to the line. There you go. 1 inch behind the line. Right up behind the line. There you go. So in other words, put your foot right here. There you go.
My foot?
Yeah, there you go. Good. And go to your routine. And this time, just go ahead and reset your hands and keep your weight forward. So let's keep your weight forward. Reset your hands, and now what I want you to do is put your heel down and rock back, and then have your hands separate and go up. Okay? So let's see you do that. Uh-huh, good.
It's tricky.
Okay. Good. And reset your hands in front of you with your weight forward.
And then,
Okay? So do your routine each time. So what's really important is that we do the routine every time. So every time you see a high performance server or an experienced server serve, they always do the routine. So because it gives them the feel of starting the serve. So even when you're practicing now, every time do the routine with a little weight shift. And this is now your entrance to the serve, right? Here. See that? Okay? Okay. Okay. And again. Now reset your hands and keep your weight forward. So reset. Good. Now you can shift back and go in one motion. And that's going to give you get your body in motion and give you a little rhythm to get started. Okay? So what I'd like you to do is just bend your knee and pick your heel up like that. And now bend your left knee. And now make an L with your left arm, like that, and put the racket in. And now we're going to make a straight arm here. And there's your standard trophy position. Let's take a look. And let's not lean forward. There you go. Good. It's pretty good. Open the palm this way. Very good. So that's getting close to what would be a good quality trophy position. So the skill we want to develop is to be able to go from the routine to the trophy position and place the ball so it comes back to the hand. Because the hand is going to be your guide as to whether you can play the ball or not. So just like here, you're trying to get the ball to come back to your hand. You're trying to get the ball to come back to your hand right here as well in your trophy position. So this is the skill that's really critical, because if the first half of the serve doesn't fall into place, then everything that happens after that is trying to adjust or find a ball. So we want to build this first half so it's very, very skillful. Okay? Try a few more. See how you do. And hold. Okay? So what happens is the ball is like, if you were a dancer, you'd have music to your choreography. In tennis, the ball is like the music. It becomes a distraction. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the ball out of your hand, we're going to turn the music off, and we're going to have you practice the choreography without the ball. So it will look like this. Imaginary ball in my hand. Place. Balance. So the passage to serving well is getting into a good balance and having a well-placed ball. And what happens with most players when they're first starting is it's difficult to place the ball well, and it's difficult to get into a good balance. So we just end up sort of hitting the ball wherever it is and trying to get it in the box to play, which is fine. It's a process to develop. But it's so important that you really work on these skills, because if you get the ball in the right area and you get into a good balance, the second half of the serve just starts to fall into place, as you'll find out later on. But this is sort of where the fork in the road is. It's either going to go left or go right. And so if you practice this and get your choreography right in this first stage, then all of a sudden you're going to start to feel like you can serve. You know, oftentimes we see instruction on the serve where the coach will have the player start with the racket up. And that takes this whole process out of play in terms of how you move from the routine into the trophy position. Because essentially, if you put the racket up here, then this part's just sitting here waiting to play, and then if you toss the ball, you can play it. So it simplifies the serve. And I do use that as an alternative. I think that's something you could do, but I do want to teach you how to enter into the serve with a professional movement right away as well. So yeah, you can start it and do the half serve position, simplifies things, but I definitely want you to learn this. So one of the challenges is that once we put the ball in play and start practicing, it becomes a distraction. And what happens to most players when they're developing their skills is we'll do the routine, of course, and they'll get into this, and then as soon as they toss the ball, they'll become occupied by the ball, and they'll go catch it, okay? So what we want to do is we want to let the ball go. So in this instance, I'm going to toss the ball away purposely to get it out of here, like this. And I'm going to go to my trophy position. So obviously I don't want to toss the ball away, but I want to get in the habit of not letting it become a distraction. So for example, I'll do it again. The ball will be a little closer to me, but I'm still not going to catch it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get in this trophy position and hold it for a couple of bounces. But then of course, over time, what I'm trying to do is get the ball closer and closer and closer to the left hand. That's pretty good, it's pretty playable. But not let it be a distraction. So it's either going to fall into the hand or it's not. Rather than doing this and going, oh, I got to go get that ball. There's nothing to be gained from that practice. Let's see you try one. Let it go. It's gone. And you got to go to your trophy there. See how you want to get it? I got to go get that ball. Everybody wants to go get the ball because we want the ball. But the reality is you want to let the ball go and stay focused on getting into the position you're trying to develop. Okay, try again. It's gone. Good, get into your trophy. Good, still there, go to your trophy. Good, keep going there. Yeah, that's terrific. But see how that's, actually the ball's a troublemaker. So imagine you're a dancer learning a new choreography, a whole new routine, and you turn the music on too soon. The music becomes a deterrent to learning the choreography. It's the exact same thing here. That is the troublemaker until you understand the movement patterns. And then once you start to use the ball, you've got to not let it break your movement pattern. Here's the homework and the practice routine I'd like you to work on. And it only takes a couple minutes a day. So I have my students do 5 minutes a day, and if they practice this in 10-second intervals, they practice 30 times. So if you imagine practicing 30 times, you did it every day for 30 days, you'd do it 900 times. And the routine is this. Every 10 seconds you do the routine, the ball placement, the trophy, and then go again. That's one. And then you do second. And then carry on. And in 5 minutes, you'll have done this 30 times. And as you carry on, you're going to get more and more skillful at getting in the trophy position and getting a ball that you can play. And if you could do that 30 times a day for 30 days, that's 900 times. We're coming back and we're fine-tuning. In a month, you're going to be placing that ball into your hand. This is lesson number 1 of a 2-part series on developing the serve fundamentals and foundation. And if you'd like to learn more, click on the link down below to gain access to our library of lessons where I reveal the common principles you need to develop not only on the serve, but in every shot in the game. And if you'd like to even learn more than this and really delve into your serve, click on the link down below for the Serve Foundation course, which is a world-renowned course that is widely recognized by players and coaches worldwide as a leading course in developing the foundation of the serve. Stay tuned for lesson number 2 in building your serve foundation.